This all takes a great deal of courage, and that's why we love the Dreamers so much, because they have so much courage, and their families have so much courage.
Something remarkable happened. The Dreamers decided to step up and tell their stories publicly. It took extraordinary courage. Many of them had spent a lifetime being told by their parents, keep your head down, don't get in trouble, don't make waves. They made a lot of waves.
We have DreamAct students here in the audience with us tonight, and there's no one better that embodies our work and what we're trying to do. So we've got two young people who are going to share with us their words and their life experience. Denise Rojas and Steve Lee, if you would come up.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I feel really honored to be standing here in front of you all. So I will be reading excerpts from a creative writing piece I wrote. I remember her piercing black eyes. It was the first thing I saw that winter morning. Get up and get dressed, she demanded. Oh, and put on something warm because it might be cold where you're going. I could tell who they were, storming around our house, looking for others, taking note of our family pictures and eavesdropping on our conversations. I remember his long mouth, telling me to tell my dad on the phone if he turns himself in, they'll let us stay in the country until our house is sold. This is unreal, I thought. I just turned in my college applications, I cried. I want to be a doctor. He smiled sarcastically, took a few steps towards me and said, don't worry, you can still be a doctor where you're going. I remember the rough hands that wrapped chains around my mother's hands and feet, and the horror in my mother's eyes as he approached her. My mother resisted and screamed that she had done nothing wrong to deserve to be treated like a criminal. She helplessly pounded on the wall, and then, with tears flooding down her cheeks, she fell to the floor. I did not put up a fight as they were chaining me because I too felt defeated, seeing my mother on her knees. I remember the green coarse blanket they gave us to sleep in the detention center that night. I could not sleep. Maybe it was because the blanket felt like sandpaper to my skin, or the small whimpers from the woman behind me that kept me awake, or the fact that to the right of me slept a woman who was detained for selling cocaine, and besides her a prostitute with makeup smeared across her face. I tried to clear my mind. I stared at the gray ceiling and felt numbness creep into my heart. I remember the rusty wire fence that separated the two countries. On one side was a paved road, on the other, a dirt road. We lined up single file in front of a one-way revolving door. You can go now, one officer said, indifferently pointing to the other side of the fence. As I marched through the door, I felt hollow inside, as if crossing the border had literally barred me from who I was. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Steve Lee, and today I'm going to give you a brief snippet of my experience at a detention center. In 2010, I spent 2 months in a detention center because of my immigration status, because I was undocumented. And this piece is called Traffic Lights. 1, 2, 3, 4. My mind races as I look down through the window, a window that is not open. My only view into the outside world. As I look down below, I see the bright lights puncturing through the darkness, moving around like tiny ants, traveling in a line. This light reminds me of the streets I once used to walk on, the streets of downtown San Francisco. But instead, I'm deep inside here. Trapped between four walls, covered with gray paint and scratches and pencil marks that decorate the walls with Bible verses of hope, faith, and forgiveness. 5, 6, 7, 8. My best friend's birthday is in 8 days. My biology midterm is in 2 weeks. Books I borrowed from the local library are due next month. How long will I be here for? I'm frozen, stuck in time, immobilized, paralyzed, and forgotten. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yesterday, 11 p.m., I'm sitting in the 24-hour Starbucks, flipping through pages and text of DNA translates into RNA. Starting until my eyes can barely stay open. Doing what society has told me all along, to work hard and study hard, and you will be able to achieve your dreams. Today, I am laying still in this cold, hard bed, despised by society for trying to fit into the mold that they wanted me to be, trapped behind an impenetrable door, a door without a doorknob, with dents and scratches of prisoners who try to escape, a door that separates the desirables from the undesirables. 13, 14, 15, 16. My future no longer matters. I no longer know the realms between reality and imagination. I'm tired and exhausted from the events of the last 48 hours that I can barely comprehend. I'm just hoping to wake up from this horrible nightmare. If I can only just close my eyes and drift off to sleep, hoping that when I wake up, I'll be back in my room with a small wooden desk, a laptop, and a pile of homework. That I'll wake up to the aroma that seeps into my nose every morning of the bold and familiar smell of the coffee that my mother brews every morning. That I'll wake up and hear the sounds of her heels taking careful but strong step as she heads out to her 12-hour work shift. 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes, 20 seconds. That's how long it takes for the traffic light to turn from red to green. 20 seconds that seem to last a lifetime stuck in this cell. 20 seconds, the only thing that I can hold on to remind me of the life outside, while I'm here, inside, laying still, looking out the window, immobilized, paralyzed, forgotten. Never in my life have I felt so small, so weak, so helpless. What I once saw was bright and secure is now dark and uncertain. Thank you.
Thank you both. Talk about inspiring young people. We should all be so lucky to have people who are so articulate and so caring and thoughtful. So thank you.